Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Chris Cooper, known as the Channel Guy Trader, and I'm reporting to you live from Wall Street Trading's Miami office down in sunny South Florida. Today's date is Tuesday, July the 30th, 2013, and here is today's midday market update brought to you by wallstreettrading.com. A couple things here before we go into the midday market update. Real quick, if you have not been to the website yet, go check it out, wallstreettrading.com. A lot of free education, informational stuff on that website for you all. At the same time, if you're in the South Florida area, or if you'd like to come to the South Florida area, August 10th next month, we're hosting our live active traders course. You can contact me at ccooper at wallstreettrading.com for details. If you're out of the state and you would like to fly in, just give me a shout. I can see if I could get you a little discount at a hotel or something. We do have some connections, and we'll be able to get you set up for the course. So either way here, let's go ahead and take a look at the market, starting off with the closing prices. I want to show you guys something here. You can see that out of all these four charts, one of them sticks out, and it happens to be the NASDAQ. You see the NASDAQ's an uptrend. The other indexes are sideways to lower, sideways to lower, actually lower, lower in a downtrend. So this morning, going into the open, we told the traders in our mywallstreettv.com live trading room to keep an eye on the NASDAQ. It was set up the best to break out, and that's exactly what happened. So if you want to take a look at our Wall Street Trading page on Facebook, which you can find right here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Where's that? Here, 1 second, folks. Where's this thing at here? Oh. All right, so we highlighted the fact that the NASDAQ futures were in this little range. They broke out the range on Friday. They pulled back test held on Monday, yesterday, and then we went back up, forming these nice little higher pivots. And now if you take a look at the NASDAQ futures chart, let me bring this over here real quick. You can see it broke out. All right, so this was a chart that just showed you guys back test held from yesterday, and it was a buy signal right in the open, and we were able to catch this move pretty well in the chat room. Some of the traders, I traded it via the futures and NASDAQ futures. Some of the traders were able to catch it via the triple Qs, which is the NASDAQ 100 ETF. But as far as the other market goes here, you have the S&P showing some relative weakness today, along with the Russell 2000 and the Dow Jones. You have the S&P a nice little downward channel. All right, it did try to set up a nice little buy signal right here, which ended up being a nice little bull trap. You can see it had this nice little tight range. All right, put a nice little bid in here. They popped it up, but then it fell right back down, got rejected at the trend line. So sellers are still in control on the S&P 500. You could probably look for it to catch some support down here at the bottom of the channel, down here around the 1681 area or 1680 area. Remember, 1680 is a key level that we've been tracking for the past 3 days or so. If you take a look at the 15-minute chart, all right, another thing you can notice here today is the pattern. You have 3 bars up, 2 bars down, 3 bars up, 2 bars down. So sellers are definitely in control in the S&P. Another thing to pay attention to is that 1686 level that we were watching yesterday from the range that we had from Friday and from overnight on Sunday going into Monday session. We were in the range from 1686 and 1681. Remember, yesterday they sold us below 1681, and we were able to recover that level. Then you can see overnight the 1686 level held as resistance. We broke above it on the open a little bit, but we were not able to hold above that 1686 bid, which is what you wanted to see. And so far, the sellers have been taking control. If we continue to sell off, look for some little minor support, or look for some support down here around 1681. If it holds that bid at 1681, we could probably catch a nice little scalp off that level on the ES. Again, but remember that right now sellers are in control. Nice little downward channel on the 5-minute chart of the ES. If you take a look at some of the ETFs here, of course, I know some of you guys over there trade the ETFs to track the markets. SPY gapped up. Gap fills at 168.57. Same thing here. 3 bar sell, 3 bar sell. We are trying to catch some support right in front of these, this 168.70 level, which happens to be right at the yesterday's opening price, which is this blue dotted line right here. If we hold that 168.70 level, look for a move back towards, I would say, 169. If we continue to sell off, look for a gap fill around 168.57. We break below 168.57, and we get some real selling pressure. We could look for some 168.50s, or better yet, 168.30. But I don't think that's going to happen today. NASDAQ. Triple Qs here, they're buying the dips on it. All right, remember, if you guys recall, the past couple of days I've been telling you guys to watch this little range. Remember, same thing I just showed you guys on the NASDAQ futures, I'm going to show you guys on the ETFs here. Nice little range that we've been in for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sessions. We broke out on Friday. Back test held Monday. Higher pivot lows. It's a buy signal setup, guys. We nailed it. Make sure you make your way to the mywallstreettv.com so you can participate in some of these trades with us. So what can you be trading with the NASDAQ breaking out? Well, we have Apple, you have Facebook, all these names that we talked about before the market opened, and we notified, and we, pretty much been tracking them for the past couple of days. They've been showing some relative strength. Let's see here. IWM, the Russell 2000, gapped up, traded sideways, sold off, rallied back up, formed like a little flag inside this big sell candle, gave the sell trigger, sold back right off again. Gap fill, and this one's around 103.36. We break below 103.36. We're going to be looking for a move down here towards this little minor pivot that we made yesterday before we gapped up. And if we break below that level, we want to watch for the 103. We trade back to the top side. You want to watch the opening price, which looks to be acting as resistance with the blue dotted line right here around 103.69. We break back above that, look for 103.80s. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about some stocks here. And I didn't even get a chance to go over the indices with you guys, so give me 1 second. Let's take a look at that. The Dow is currently down 26.5. The Nasdaq's the Nasdaq's up 23.5. The Russell's up 3. The S&P's up 3. TLT for the bonds, 30-year is down 17 cents. VIX is up 23 cents. Commodities are flat to negative across the board. Dollar strong, euro weak. Top sectors right now. Actually, the weakest sectors on the board right now are the financials because they're at the top of the change from open ETF. They're at the top. Sorry about that. Trying to talk too fast here. They're at the top of the change from open ETF list. TZA for the Russell 2000, the inverse ETF at the top of the list. FAZ, so that means that the financials are weak. That means the Russell 2000 is weak. Semiconductors are showing some strength today. They're at the top of the list, followed by XLB, the material sector, thanks to, I don't know what stocks in there. CLF, let me see what CLF is doing. Actually, some of these material stocks from the potash and the agriculture sector, they popped up off the lows there from the opening price. Weak sectors today, like I said, the financials, Russell 2000, coal stocks are a little bit weak today. Retail stocks are a little bit weak today. But as far as some stocks to watch going forward, keep an eye on Facebook. Again, we call this one out for a long over this 36 level, and this little tight little stop. This thing has been taking off since. I wouldn't buy it up here. I would wait for some type of pullback that sets up on the 15-minute chart, or better yet, on the 30-minute chart. May need to pull back, and then probably get bought up in the last hour, the last 45 minutes of trading or so. Apple showed some relative strength yesterday, held a nice little tight flag on the 60-minute chart, ended up breaking out today. It's up 1.5%. Nice little power move here, guys. This is a nice momentum trade. If you guys were watching the stock yesterday, you guys would have known that it was showing some relative strength yesterday, meaning that if the markets were to trade up today, especially if the NASDAQ was a stronger sector, this was going to be a go-to stock, and a go-to stock it was. It had a couple of traders in the room trading some weekly call options on this, and they did pretty well. Aside from that, folks, check out the website. If you're interested in our education course, contact me at ccooper@wallstreettrading.com. Check out our Facebook page. We post a lot of information on there. And that's about it, folks. Have a great day. Catch you guys for the After the Bell market summary. Cheers.